In this video, we are going to practice graphing in MyMathLab. So we're going to take this equation, we're going to manipulate it a little bit, and we got to try to figure out how do we put all the little pieces that are going to shift and adjust this graph into MyMathLab. So here's our equation. We got to adjust it a little bit, and so we have to factor the 2 off of this. So we'll be turning this into a -6 cosine. We'll factor the 2 out. So if you factor a 2 out, you're dividing it by 2. So then that's going to make that a pi over 4. All right. And then we have everything we need. So we're going to start looking at what's the period. The period is going to be 2 pi divided by that 2, which is pi. Our amplitude, I'll do the midline first. The midline is any kind of a vertical shift we have going on. So there's no plus or minus kind of tacked on to the end or at the front. So we don't have any adjustments happening to the midline. Amplitude is going to be 6. The negative is going to reflect it, but I'm not going to put in a -6 for my amplitude. My amplitude is just 6. And then my phase shift is right pi over 4. Okay, so we have all our pieces. How do we get all that stuff into MyMathLab? So we're going to click on our graph, and all right, we're going to graph. You're either graphing a sine curve or you're graphing a cosine graph. So we are graphing a cosine graph. All right, and then basically I'm just going to just click somewhere on there so the graph will show up. Our amplitude was 6. Our period was pi. We did have a reflection, and then we had a phase shift. So there is no pi button that shows up on this one, and it does tell you that to type the word pi for the symbol. So if I just put pi divided by 4, that was my shift, right? So so I was shifting right pi over 4. So apparently I did it. So it shifted it right pi over 4 because I left it as a positive pi over 4. And we're reflecting it. We have an amplitude, and the period is pi. So we're going to save it, and we're going to check our answer. Perfect. All right, so that's how we graph all the little pieces that are going to be going into graphing it in MyMathLab.